So DDG was upset after Waka Flocka made a comment underneath his photo on the Shade Room. Waka states, "What the F you doing, lil' bruh?" Talking about DDG's pants.
That shit be pissing me off. I ain't say nothing, but like, nigga, Waka Flocka, bro. Like, he said, like, I seen the comment he said earlier about when I said something about the looking at a phone or some shit, then the nigga gonna comment some shit like, say, this is female shit. And now he commented talking about, what you doing, little bro? Talking about my pants. Nigga, quit speaking on me, nigga.
Yeah, why is he even...
Like, why are you commenting on everything involving me negative, but in person you trying to be all cool and shit? I hate when niggas be on that shit. You put this in the bag? Hey, Walker, quit speaking on me, bro. That shit lame. Shit hella lame. Niggas respect you. I expect the same respect. I'm a grown ass man. Don't try to little brother me.
So as many of you guys may or may not know, Crystal and Toni are no longer friends. Now, they never stated what actually occurred to end the friendship, but now they're both spilling tea, exposing each other's personal business and talking about what made them fall off. Now, also, if you guys didn't know, Crystal is now in a relationship with Ed. Now, Ed and Toni were cool before Ed met Crystal. Matter of fact, Toni is the reason Ed and Crystal met. So now Crystal is stating Toni was on some weird-ish, pretty much trying to break them up.
He ended up finding out some way, some form, but she ended up telling him some shit like, oh yeah, Crystal was outside talking to the nigga Arb and blase, and all type of weird shit. So I'm like, yeah? Oh, okay. Mind you, I'm outside getting the weed because you want the weed. I was straight. I got me a weed. Anyways, talking about because your best friend made her feel comfortable. I mean, because your name made her feel comfortable. Nah, it ain't even just that, boo. Shit, if I'm getting tea about my nigga, why would I stop getting tea about my nigga? No shade. I'm not wrong for getting the tea about my shit. What the fuck my nigga doing that? You feel me? And then it's supposed to be our friend. So it's like we taking her advice. And it's like she's telling us both different things. Basically like get us against each other. Boom. Fast forward. When this happened, I get that y'all in cahoots around this bitch. So y'all keep saying, oh, you not mad at Ed. I was mad at Ed. I was mad at Ed. Which is hence why I came in the house and I smacked the fuck out of Ed. Like, I was not playing. Y'all keep trying to make it seem like I was just, oh, da-da-da-da, like, oh, you just letting that do whatever, and you with that she da-da-da, you da-da-da, like making it seem like I'm just like such an anti-girls girl. No, that's not the case. When I came in the house and I smacked the fuck out of Ed, I came back, I smacked him because the bitch told me like, oh, you telling Ed we in cahoots. I could tell him all your business and da-da-da-da, and just going into like the nitty-gritty. Because no shade, what I was saying at the time was, y'all in cahoots around this. But if you going back, because at this time, like, I didn't really know for real. I didn't know for real that they was like, that she was doing it. She was like, she'll do it to me and she'll do it to him. Type. And it's like, we'll both be taking her advice because in our eyes, this is our real friend. Whole time, I'm not knowing that she recorded me. And it's a whole bunch of shit that she was going back telling mutual people that we was friends with and shit, so they had to get back to me. And it's like, I'm pretty sure he don't know that you saying that. She probably wants you. I don't know. But look, fast forward, she gets to saying like, oh, I could tell all your business. Got to saying like, you feel me? Shit that I didn't even think this bitch knew. So I'm like, oh, okay. You feeling like that girl. So we end up getting into it real bad. And then that's what started everything. Like, that bitch was talking too crazy out the side of her mouth, and I let her ass have it, and I let it be that ever since. Trying to blackmail me, like, what the fuck? Like, oh, okay, that's what we do. And it's like, no shit, I be knowing a lot of shit, and I would never, like, I don't give, like, even right now, if she get up here and talk some shit, I still probably won't even say the shit I know about her. So it's like, what type of shit that? Like, you a weirdo, gang. Like, and that's why I said, then shit got even weirder, gang. Like, let me tell you. She left her phones home next week. Talks to me nicely, period. She left her phones down here. When we had went to Miami, I had let her see this purse. Y'all know that pink Prada purse that I had got? Y'all think, have y'all seen me with that purse? Y'all, I had got a pink diamond Prada purse. I took it to Miami with me. Crystal, read the comments. No, she could never be my friend again. I took my purse to Miami. I let her see the purse. Let her see the fucking purse. I never seen my purse again. We fall out. She want to get her phones. She want to get all her shit. Mind you, I have everything at my house. You can get your shit, gang. I don't want your raggedy ass phones. You can have these back. But I want my purse back. Do y'all know this bitch? Now, this is the icing on the cake. And you tell me if I'm weird now. Do you know that bitch tried to act like I was holding her phones captive because she couldn't find my purse? You couldn't find my purse. All right, bitch, you ain't getting shit back then. This is what made the shit tricky. Because her and my friends, that bitch got up there and called the police to his house to get her phones. Called my nigga mama, told his mama that I don't for him and X, Y, and Z. I'm not the girl for him. And little do she know I be talking shit about him. And Ed don't need to be paying my rent. And Ed, like all type of weird shit, gang. Like it was just a whole bunch of shit. But not the mama. How the fuck she get her number? She reached out to his sister. His sister didn't know what was going on. Mind you, they've been best friends. So she didn't think nothing of it when she gave the number up, and shit, it was on some whole other shit, some whole mixy shit. And it's like, oh my grandma, that made me want to smack the fat bitch. I'm gonna lie to you. Like, y'all keep saying, oh, why you ain't get mad at Ed? The shit Ed did, like, oh, y'all look cahoots. Okay, that's looking get past that. Bitch, you tried to air my business out. You stole my purse. You say you didn't steal it. You lost my purse. You called my nigga mama. Like, bitch. Ooh. Then had the nerve to be staying with me, recording me. Like, bitch, it's child. Shit get weird. Square up. No shade. Like, square up. She wanted him. She was looking for support. Recording your combos, got it. Literally. So y'all tell me if I'm the weird bitch. I ain't no weird bitch. Then it was a whole bunch more shit that I found out. I really just don't give a fuck much to tell y'all. But I do want y'all to stop saying that I'm the weird one. Like, bitch, I taught that bitch how to do makeup. Taught that bitch how to fix her hair up a little bit. This is what you do to me? This is what you do to me? Oh, okay.
So now there was a lot of back and forth on Twitter. Crystal stating that all Toni does is wears other people's clothes and she doesn't have any money. Then Toni coming back responding with Crystal has an addiction that she learned from Jazz. She stated, "So are you. We know Jazz taught you well. Pill popping junkie." Then she pretty much went on to expose how Crystal and Ed really met, how Crystal was still in a relationship with Jazz while entertaining Ed.
Okay, we start coming around Crystal, whatever. So Crystal and Ed, they met. Crystal met Ed when I had came to Houston with him. We was all at this club or whatever, they met. This is the first allegation I want to put down. I never put down Crystal and Ed together. I never put them down together. We all came out together and Ed talked to her on her own. And at the time she was dating Jazz. So we was all at the club and she literally went over there. He went over to her and they started talking. Ed got a mouth of his own. The only thing me and Ed used to always talk about in our friendship was he don't want to do the same things that he used to do in Miami. He want to branch out. He want to do more stuff. And I was an influencer and I'm like, well, I like your vibe and I like how you is with me. You make me feel comfortable when I'm around these influencers because sometimes I don't really like to speak. So you make me comfortable because you could talk on your own. You're not a weirdo. You could talk to the men and you could talk to the women. So I wanted Ed to come around, period, you know? So he went and he talked to Crystal. Crystal and him exchanged numbers and they kept up with a friendship, you know, they kept up with a friendship throughout the time. So Ed had a girlfriend. He had a girlfriend. She had Jazz. And they were just like friends or whatever. I didn't even know that they was fully on the phone for real till like me and Crystal started getting closer, and she was calling Ed in front of me, and I started realizing that their relationship was more on the phone and stuff and everything. But mind you, they both were still in relationships. Okay, they both were still in relationships. All right, so cool. So that was the first allegation. I never put them down together. They just talked on their own. That was the first allegation that needed to be stopped. Second was I'm trying to think.
The allegation is y'all fell out because of you and Ed relationship, and that's not true.
That me and Crystal fell out. No, me and Crystal, we already had our own problems before that. We had our own problems before. And I had forgave her. And this is why I get mad at myself, y'all, because I be already knowing not to befriend back people who do shit to me, because I still feel a type of way a little bit about the shit that already happened. So I try not to do that. It's not why I think we fell out. I think this was the straw that ended everything. It was so much built up shit, but this is not what caused us. Well, no, this was the last straw for sure. That was the last straw for sure.
But it was animosity.
It was already animosity that led us to not being cool. But okay. So Ed and Crystal had got into a fight. They got into a fight. Me and Noonie wasn't speaking, but Noonie was at the house when they got into a fight. Noonie FaceTimes me or whatever. So Noonie FaceTimed me or whatever, and when Noonie FaceTimed me, she had flipped the camera and she showed me the living room area of Crystal house. So on the floor, it was like broken glass. It was like broke shit in the house or whatever. It was broken stuff in the house. So when it was broken stuff in the house or whatever, Noonie putting the phone up, she like, Ed came in here wilding on Crystal. Ed came in here wilding on Crystal. They just got into it. They getting into it bad or whatever. And mind you, I'm in Miami. So it's Ed, Noonie, and Crystal at one house. I'm in Miami. Right? I'm in Miami the whole time. So when she FaceTimed me and she showed me, I'm like, what they got into it about? Mind you, before they got into that fight, both of them was going through couple shit already. I'm not gonna put it out there, but they was already going through couple shit. Like, Crystal was calling me with problems that she was peeping with Ed and she had with Ed, but that was her, I guess, venting or whatever. And then he was calling with problems that he had, that he started peeping about Crystal or whatever, because they were still fresh. They had just got together. Right? They had just got together. So when Noonie had FaceTime me and told me that, I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, okay, well, Noonie, stay out of it, because if Ed get too mad, I don't want him to start snapping on you, so stay out of it. That's what I told Noonie. So boom, me and Noonie get off the phone. Ed called me. So when Ed called me or whatever, me and him get on the phone, and I told Ed, I said, boy, you tripping. I said, you know you ain't going out with none of them girls you go out with in Miami. You going out with an influencer. You try that crazy shit, she gon' what? Like she did today. She gonna run to the internet. She gon' you can't be doing that. And I was like, and you definitely can't, not saying Ed put his hands on females, but I'm like, you can't fight her. You can't fight her. I told him that on the phone. So what he told me, he like, oh, Toni, I ain't put my hands on her, sis. I ain't put my hands on her. I ain't do nothing with her. So I said, oh, so you didn't put your hands on her? He said, no. So I said, so why they making it seem like it was this big old thing? So while Ed trying to explain something to me, Crystal called me, right? Mind you, like I said, I'm in Miami, so I'm not up there. I don't know what's going on. I'm not up there. So Noonie had called me first, and then it was Ed, and then Crystal called me. So when I said, Ed, hold on, this is Crystal. I get on the phone with Crystal. Crystal is crying. So Crystal crying hysterical. So she like, your brother just she going off. So when she like, your brother did this and that, and she going off or whatever, and I'm listening to what she's saying, I'm hearing her what she's saying. And you know, at the time, she vented to me by herself in the car. She telling me. So I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. She was like, and then she told me her brother was coming to check Ed. Her brother was coming to check Ed. So I'm like, okay, boom. She get off the phone with me. Ed start blowing me up too. So I answer the phone for Ed. I'm like, what's up? Ed like, Toni. I'm like, yeah. He like, I did not put my hands on her. So I'm like, okay, explain. So he starts saying, he like, I didn't put my hands on her. I didn't do none of that. Da, 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 da. I'm like, all right, bet you ain't do none of that. So then he get to saying, but you know when a person tell you the story, but you're not up there. So he was leaving out shit. And I started realizing he was leaving out shit because looking back at it, when Crystal was arguing with me, she was trying to say because I was high. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't smoked before I got on the phone with Crystal. I ain't smoke or nothing. I was already on 10 because while I was on the phone with Ed go say, and then all of a sudden while I'm arguing with her, she just outright say we in cahoots with each other. So I had took that a type of way because I was like, why would you say that we in cahoots with each other when before y'all popped out on the media, I told you, because y'all remember Crystal was messing with that dyke Cece. Y'all remember Crystal was messing with that dyke Cece. Crystal ain't have to fuck Cece. Crystal did not have to kiss Cece. Crystal didn't have to do nothing with Cece, right? But Cece liked it Crystal. You get what I'm saying? Cece liked it Crystal. So Crystal was getting shit out of Cece. No cap. I ain't even gonna fly. Crystal was getting shit out of Cece. And she was telling me like she wanted, Cece had just got her AP. She was telling me she wanted to get a car. She was telling me she wanted to pay off all her bills. So when she told me that, I told her, well, girl, no shade. I said, you and Ed aren't official. I was like, so, because she came to me and she asked me realistically, and Ed used to talk to her about Cece as well, because Ed was, like I said, playing that friend role with her, playing that little role, and telling her to milk Cece, because at the time Ed was like, she putting the AP on your wrist. I ain't finna put no AP on your wrist. Milk that hoe. You get what I'm saying? So when she came to me, I told her, I said, look, I was like, as a woman, you like the stuff that Cece gives you. I was like, and you have Ed. I said, if I was the kid, I said, keep your trick for however long you keep her, because at the time she was presenting Cece as a trick to me. So I was like, keep your trick, and then when you ready to settle down, you pop out with Ed to the world. That's how I told her to do it. I told her to get her Range Rover from Cece and shit, keep the AP. You get what I'm saying? Like, yes, Ed told her to keep her trick. Okay, I'm not gonna say too much. One of my friends text me, don't say too much. I ain't gonna say too much. But we from Miami, bro. If you from Miami, okay, and I don't like that. Okay, I'm not gonna say too much. If you from Miami, you know, bro. And this was at the time that hold on. You told her to keep her, so no, I told her to keep her, so Ed knew everything about Cece. They was dating while Crystal was with Cece. You gotta understand that. Y'all gotta put that in your head. Like, Ed was keeping it player. Ed was keeping that shit P. Like, you getting an AP on your wrist, this girl paying your bills, all type of shit. Like, you feel me? And all I gotta do is reap with the conversation. Like, you get what I'm saying? Ed was keeping it P. Like, he was like, do you, like, you know, get it. So, and I was telling her the same thing. This was at the time, though, I thought, you know, everybody was on the same page, because she presented it like Cece was her trick, but she really liked Ed. Crystal never said she never didn't like Ed. She always presented it like she liked Ed. Cece was this and that, and she wanted to get more shit. And Ed was just saying, like, okay, after you get to this certain point, then you got to cut her off, and then it's me and you. You know what I'm saying? That's what they was doing. So when Ed came on the phone and was like, oh, she just outright said y'all in cahoots with each other, I felt the type of way, because I'm like, girl, how me and this boy in cahoots with each other, and I told you to keep your trick and all this stuff, like, in the midst of the argument. That was my whole thing. I was like, how is that a thing, you know? So I think you should have watched the clips first. I didn't watch the clips. Ed was playing for that. He was playing the part. Yes, like, they play, you gotta, like, come on now, you know. And Ed wasn't wrong for that part. And that whole situation wasn't wrong. The only person that got done wrong in that situation was CC at that time. Because her heart was in it for real, and I didn't know. I thought she was the trick at the time. All right, so boom. So when Ed said on the phone, like, oh, she just started snapping on me, and I was holding her back. I was holding her. That's all I was doing. I did not hit her. I was just holding her, and I was telling her, and she just outright said that we in cahoots with each other. So I'm like, what? So after me and him get off the phone, I call Crystal. So when I call Crystal like, hello? I'm like, Crystal, I just got off the phone with Ed. Why you telling Ed, like, me and him in cahoots with each other? I'm like, when I was the one that told you to keep your trick and to wait for the pop out before you had fully popped out. Just make sure you feel me. Like, how am I in cahoots with him? So I was so on 10 when I got on the phone. I ain't gonna lie. When I had got on the phone, like I said, I ain't smoking nothing. I wasn't really trying to hear. I was kind of really frustrated with all of them calling the back and forth. And I ain't gonna lie. I had already felt a type of way towards Crystal for a whole different thing. So when she was around there saying that to Ed, I really took it like, bitch, you trying to be funny. Because what you mean I'm in cahoots with this nigga? Like, and then you calling me, trying to tell me what he did, and I'm calling this nigga to snap on him because I'm thinking y'all done got into it real bad. Well, that's what I thought at the time. I thought that y'all had got into it real bad, or how Noonie flipped the camera and showed me everything was damaged. I thought the fight was that bad. So I'm calling him to make sure he don't do nothing crazy to you, and you saying we in cahoots. So while I'm snapping on her while she talking, Crystal was trying to talk to me. She was trying to tell me how she was in cahoots, because apparently this is the part that Ed left out. And this is why Crystal thought we was in cahoots, because apparently when Crystal sent her brother there to go check Ed or whatever, Ed was basically telling the brother shit. But that's what Ed was leaving out to me on the phone. You get what I'm now y'all get what I'm trying to say?